Hi everybody, it's Craftin' Just Because with Chris Cowan. I'm just getting set up here so I can see comments. Okay, so today we're playing with the Brave Vikings stamp set. Loved this stamp set when I saw it in the catalog. And I created this fun stair step card, which I'm sure you've seen a lot of, but it fits in a regular A size 2 envelope. So the squares are kind of tinier, which is kind of fun. So I'm going to show you how to make it. First, I want to get the stamping and coloring out of the way, just because that seems to take a little bit longer. We're going to be using a variety of colors today. We're using our Memento ink because we're going to be using some Stampin' Blends. We're using Night of Navy ink. So I have Night of Navy Stampin' Blends. I'm also using some Granny Apple Green Stampin' Blends, some Bermuda Bay Stampin' Blends, some Gray Granite Stampin' Blends. I'm going to pull in some Real Red, some Cinnamon Cider, and then a couple of the Flesh Tone markers. So quite a few Stampin' Blends for this project. Okay, so first we want to get a couple of the pieces stamped here. And I'm going to start with the Viking ship. And then I'm also going to do the burly guy here, the Viking. And then we're also going to do the maiden lady. Okay, so those are the pieces that we need to color. And then before we put the stamp set away, I'm going to use my Night of Navy ink. And then I pre-punched one of the postage stamp punches. And I have a piece of designer series paper here that is cut to size. And I'm going to be stamping using the Night of Navy. I've taken a Viking to you. And this measurement, I'll tell you when we get to cutting the designer series paper. I have that measurement in that list, but I don't have it right in front of me right now since we're doing the coloring. So I will tell you that measurement here in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to move these two aside. I'm going to bring in our coloring. And I'm first going to start by coloring the skin tones of our little people. And his little ear, and his ear there, and then her hand. Okay, then next I'm going to go ahead and color in her hair with a cinnamon cider, and I'm going to start with the dark first, and I'm just going to kind of follow the lines here. Okay. And then, let's see here. I'm going to make the crown red. And her purse strap red. As well as the little bow in her hair. I forgot to get the little pieces down here of her hair. Okay. And then next I'm going to color in the sword tips on both pieces here. So I started with the dark and I'm going to the light. And then I'm also going to, let's see here. Oh, I want to do his beard, the cinnamon cider as well. So let's get that going. So his mustache and eyebrows. Okay, and then we'll go in with that light. Okay, and then we need to do the hat and the shield here, and I did want to use the gray for that as well. Uh-oh, am I frozen? Hi, Kathy. I was just thinking maybe I was frozen. We're using the Brave Vikings set today. And we're just getting some coloring done before we put our project together. We haven't even cut anything or anything, so you're right on time. Oh, good. I'm glad it's not frozen there. My screen just looked like it hadn't moved. Oh, whoops. I thought I was using the dark. Oh well. This works. Okay. And then the base there and there. Okay. And then let's color her little outfit the Bermuda Bay color. So I'm going to start with the dark. Okay. And I'm going to color her little tassels, the flesh color. This is number 600. And then I'm also going to color the stick there. And then we'll come in with that light. And color her little outfit in. Now you're not going to see a lot of her because she's going to be behind a ship, but I'm going to just color her all in regardless so that we know that we've got all the areas covered in case we needed to. And then I'm also going to color his pants the Bermuda Bay as well here. And then let's do his vest, the Knight of Navy. And I'm also going to do her shoes, the Knight of Navy, as well. Okay, we're almost done coloring, guys. Sorry, this is the part that takes the longest. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with the 600 again, the SU 600, and we're going to do the horns and the rest of his hat. And then we're going to take the Granny Apple Green and color his shirt and his pants here, or his shoes. And then her little purse. Okay, now all we have to do is the ship, and that should be pretty easy here. I'm going to color the flag red and white, the real red. And I'm going to do these red and white as well. And then I'm going to come in with that SU 600 again and do the top of the sail and then the oars. And then I'm going to take the cinnamon cider and do the rest of the ship, the Viking ship here. Sorry if I'm off camera. I'm trying not to be, you guys. I get to coloring and I want it close to me. Okay, and then I'm going to take the dark and do the other stripes, and then we'll add a tiny bit of water down at the bottom, and then I'll have one last little touch, and we'll cut these out, and we'll start cutting up our paper and scoring it. Like I said, this part's the part that takes the longest, as you well know. Oh, whoops, I forgot a piece. I gotta color those pieces in. Okay, and then one other little element that I want to use is I'm going to use a gold gel pen, and I'm going to color in like the gems of her hat. And then these little pieces. Okay, so now we're just going to take our paper snips and we're going to cut these images out. So I'm quickly fussy cutting our little image out here. Okay, so there's one image, and then we just need our Viking and maiden. And we'll be ready to start getting into our project here. Usually I have these steps done ahead of time, but sometimes I wonder if people want to see, you know, coloring or anything like that, even though I didn't go into much detail. I usually always start with the dark with the blends. That's just how I do it. I'm by no means a coloring expert at all. I wish I had some of the talent that people have with the shading and things like that. Okay, so there's our little Viking, and then here's our handmade, or our Viking maid. Oh, thank you. I love to fussy cut. I don't like to do it on camera. I do a way better job when I'm just sitting here relaxing, cutting stuff up. Okay, so there's our pieces. Now we're going to bring in our paper trimmer. And I have a piece of Pacific Point cardstock, and it is cut at 4 1/8. So let's make sure that's right. Oh, nope. See, it's not even right. We need 4 1/8 by 11. Perfect. Okay. And then on the 11-inch side, what we want to do is we want to score it at 1 3/8, 2 3/4, 4 1/8, 5 1/2, 6 7/8, 8 5/8, 10 3/8. Okay. And then we're on the 4 1/8 inch side. We want to score it at 1 3/8 and 2 3/4. Okay. Then you're also going to need some additional pieces cut here. I have, let me tell you what the pieces are that I have. Okay, so I have some basic white cardstock. I have 11 pieces cut at 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. And then I have a piece that is 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. And then that piece that we pre-stamped on, or was the postage stamp. And then I have a piece that's 1 1/2 by 1 1/4. Then for the designer series paper, I have 11 pieces that are cut at 1 1/8 by 1 1/8 to layer on top of those basic white pieces. I have a piece that is 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. And then I also have a piece that is 1 1/8 by 1 7/8 that we did for the postage stamp piece. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fold and burnish all these score lines. And you're probably thinking, okay, how is this going to make a card? But it will. Okay, next what you're going to do is you are going to cut your pieces as I show you here. And I put up a picture of it on my blog, so when you see it. So we're going to go over 2 squares and cut down to that first intersecting line. And then we're going to kind of just make a stair step. Go one like that. And then one like that. Okay. So you have like your little stair. Then we're going to cut this piece out. So we're going to cut this square out. And then we're going to go back up like a stair. Okay, so like that. Next, I'm going to tab this edge, this 1/2 inch edge. And I'm missing a piece of cardstock. Hold on here, let me see here. Oh, I know what it was. We want to save a piece that we cut. So, what you do is you're going to cut the square off there. Because this is just going to be like a little brace. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it 1 inches. And then we're going to score it in half. So at a 1/2 inch. Like that. Okay. Now we're going to want to bring in our tear-in tape. And we're going to want to add tear-in tape to both sides of our little tab here. Okay. And then we're also going to add tear-in tape. Oh, I forgot to do something here. We want to make this a flap. And this a flap. Let me make sure I'm doing this right, you guys. Okay, so we made those flaps. Okay. Then I'm going to add tear and tape to this square and this square. Just like that. Okay. So what's going to happen? Oh, and we need to, I'm sorry. And we need to add it to our tab. I'm going to kind of show you what we're doing here. So this is going to adhere like this. Let me get this settled in. Okay, what did I do? Hold on. I want to look at my big picture here. Yep, so that's right. And then that's right. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take my release paper off here. And we're going to attach this to this. Just like this. So you're going to have a little square that pops up like this. And then we're going to attach this one to this one. So see where the stair step comes in? So then this will attach to this. And then this. So this will fold up. Did I do this wrong? Hold on. No, this needs to be... Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to figure out what happened on my bottom. Oh, it looks like I might have made this box bigger. Okay, well, I'm going to keep decorating it, okay? I'm going to pretend. I might have to add a piece on the bottom since I made those squares bigger, which is going to make all my squares too small because it looks like they're bigger. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. I think, see, I'm going to have to add a 1-inch piece down here. Okay. Anyway, let's pretend that this is glued. Well, let's see if I can fix it really quick. I can't believe I did that. Of course, because it's on live. Do I have any scraps of Pacific Point or no? There it is. Here's the scrap. We're going to get this fixed up, doctored right up. Okay. I'm going to cut this at 1.5. And it's by, let's see, how big is this? 4 1/8. I don't know what I did wrong there. Silly, silly me. Okay. I think I've got it all under control here. We will see, I guess, when we add this little piece. I'm gonna add tear and tape to my piece here. Oh, did I not get that straight? Shoot. Okay. What? I didn't get it straight again. Let's do this. I know how to do it. It needs to be bigger. What the heck did I do? Only me on live TV, right? I cut that piece too small is what I did. Okay, we're gonna make this work. There we go. Nobody will see the bottom, right? Right. Okay. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our squares on just like this. Okay. And then there's extra pieces. So let's glue these up here really quick. So I'm adding this here. And then we'll add the designer series paper on there. Okay. And then we'll do the little squares here. And add designer series paper. What I did is I cut enough squares, so you don't technically have to do this, to decorate both sides of the card, because I did that in case, you know, somebody had it showing on the back when they had it sitting up. But that's completely up to you. And then, let's see here. It's all good, right? Yeah. Oh, geez. Sometimes I get on here and I don't know why I get so frazzled. Yeah, so for some reason the back side's going to have where all the sides are off, or the dimensions are off. Oh. Let's see here. Excuse me. See, that's where I think that line should have been, and then we wouldn't have had to cut it. Only me. Only me. Okay, we'll just add designer series paper. Thankfully, it's the back, and hopefully nobody really notices. Oh, whoops. Oh, no. I moved that. Okay. And then we'll put our card together on the front once I get all this designer series paper adhered. Okay, so we're going to flip the card over. Okay, just like this. We're going to add our sentiment onto our postage piece. Just like that. And then I took one of these little 1/2 inch by 1 1/4 inches and I just folded it in half. And I glued it. I'll show you here. I glued it down to the second block like this. And then I glued my sentiment onto that little pop-up piece. Okay. Like that. And then I glued my little maid girl down like this. And then I put my ship on dimensionals. Like she was on the ship. And then my other little 1/2 inch by 1 1/4 inches piece, I did the same thing. I glued it, but I did it to that bottom step, to this step. And then I glued my Viking on to the bottom step. Just like that. So there's our card, you guys. It doesn't, that top piece, because I folded it wrong, is off. And I didn't notice that until just now. But there is our card standing up. And then I think it'd be cute to add a little bit of Wink of Stella. Anyway, there's our card, you guys. Thank you for joining me today. Sorry I got off on my dimensions. I'll make sure when I post my blog that I have the dimensions written down exactly how they should be so that you guys don't make a mistake when you're making this project. But until next time, my friends, I will see you later. Thanks for joining me tonight. Bye-bye.